Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pear Shaped in Dystopia, London's second most backing comedy club ever. Thank you very much indeed for being here, and I hope you're still here while we're still here. That's about it. I think that will do. Yep. That's it. Good.
This is Pear Shaped in Dystopia on a Wednesday night at 8:30 once a month. Yes, it's Pear Shaped, and we hope you'll come to see us and don't be late. Last Wednesday of the month, Pear Shaped is just a fiver to come in, and we hope you'll be coming back again to Pear Shaped in Dystopia on a Wednesday night at 8:30.
La 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 la. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I'm Brian, and this is Krysstal.
Yes.
My glamorous assistant, and
that is Al.
that is Al. There. That's him with his mandolin, his miniature guitar. And
it's all about 21.
This is episode 21. 21 today, 21 today. Never been 21 before. Oh my God, what a fucking bore.
But it was also 21 for us yesterday.
21 for us yesterday was our
terms of
21st
years.
anniversary of being together.
Oh my
being
God.
together. Because in real life we're married. Right now we're not married. I'm a big star, and Krysstal is my glamorous assistant, and she just helps me to
Only
be
less glamorous today.
I wouldn't be half as magnificent if it wasn't for all the work that Krysstal does in the background. We've got lots of paintings in the background here, and yeah, so this is our
21 years have been doing it.
21. No, not doing this for 21. We've been doing, working together for 21.
Together, being Brian and Krysstal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all about 21.
Do you know, if we'd have had kids together, they'd be moving back in now, wouldn't they? So, how can we move back in? You know, it's fucking hard work making a living, and you know. So, but we're very lucky in that respect. That that's why we don't touch each other.
If anyone knows where we can get petrol tonight,
yeah, Wembley, anywhere in
put it
Wembley.
on the chat.
That's
because,
got petrol.
We've got to go to Cambridge for a gig and we haven't got any petrol.
Yeah, and we've got to...
and we've got to go to Bristol for a gig and we haven't got any petrol for that.
So we're not going to be chatting for quite so long at the end of the show tonight, because we've got to go out looking for petrol. So...
there's actually nobody watching. Oh, one person's watching.
It's probably Anthony trying to get in.
If that one person watching knows where we can get petrol around the Wembley Harrow area.
Yeah, anyway.
Put it on the chat.
Yeah. That'd be very nice.
Otherwise, yeah.
And in fact, you don't have to pay to get in here. What you could do is just fill our petrol tank. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? As an admission fee. We could just have a collection for petrol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah. It's
Well, nor do I.
Theory.
Nor do I. Well, they could just go around siphon a bit out of the cars in their street. Come down and unsiphon it into our car. That'd be all right. Siphoning is back in fashion now. Yeah, all of a sudden, as is truck driving. So
right. Anything else we want to talk about? Mr. Miller is having trouble getting online.
That's right. Mr. Miller is having trouble getting in here. He doesn't need petrol. He needs Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah.
A reliable Wi-Fi.
Mr. Parker in America may or may not be here physically or spiritually or videography-wise. That's a good word,
Filmography.
Filmography, yeah. So
vloggraphy.
He might be
vloggraphy.
here.
He's doing a vlog.
We've got no jokes, nothing at all, really. We have
lots of clips, and we've got a song that we haven't sung yet.
We've got loads of clips, and we have got one clip. It's got a load of jokes in it, so we might play that later on, might not. And we've got
another song. Recently we did a song that it was so long we had to do it in instalments. So we've got another one of those, which we haven't quite... It's not finished. Let's just say it's not finished. It's a work in progress, as people say when they go to Edinburgh. But this particular work in progress has been going for about 10 years and we still can't sort it out. So we could do it now, couldn't we? No.
Are we going to do half of it now? No.
No, we don't do it
We'll
now.
save that because we might have to do Mr. Miller's links until Mr. Miller gets here.
Yeah. So,
could be quite awkward,
of course, that's the point, isn't it? Right.
It might just be us.
Yeah. Us and Al Mandolino.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thought.
21 years of ours.
Yeah. And what a way to celebrate 21 years. Yeah. So, now I think we should do a bit now.
Oh, shit. I thought we might do some Beatles. Okay.
Some Beatles.
Some Beatles.
Yeah, alright, now.
Bobbity Bill came over the hill astride of a kangaroo. Somebody spied a gun at his side and ran in to tell Mary Lou. Sweet Mary Lou cried.
That bugger, he lied.
He said he was staying at home. But he's coming to town, he's going to gun down little Elmer, the one-legged gnome. Bastard. Little Elmer, he said, picking bugs from his hat and flicking them live in the fire. Bobbity Bill said, Elmer, sit still, don't lift that gun any higher. Little Elmer, he said, I'm shooting you dead for messing with my Mary Lou. I'll mention no names, but Jessie and James said the man in her love life was you.
Right.
Swine. So put down that glass, get up off your stool, and walk right out there in the street. If you go for the gun, as sure as the sun, the devil in hell you will meet. He did as Bill said, put his hat on his head, and bent down to pick up his crutch. Bill gave him a hand and helped him to stand, and Elmer said,
Thanks very much.
he was Australian.
He was a gnome, so he's got a high voice.
When evening came down on that dirty old town way out in the wild untamed west, little Elmer lay dead with a hole in his head and another one right in the chest. Over the hill rode Buffalo Bill astride of his kangaroo, straddled behind with love on her mind his lady, the sweet Mary Lou. To be continued.
It's Bobbity.
Which, what did I say?
Buffalo.
Oh, did I? Oh, no, it's Bobbity.
Bobbity, because
Yeah.
Buffalo's somebody else.
It is, yes.
Anthony's here. Should we bring him in?
Yes, we should bring him in, yes. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to introduce to you Mr. Anthony Miller. Ha!
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Say
it.
hello, Anthony.
Hello.
No, you're supposed to say, it's being a comedian, you go, hello, Anthony.
Hello, Anthony.
You know, and I'll tell
Hello,
that's funny. Yeah. See? That's funny, isn't
yeah.
it? And
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
You
Welcome.
haven't got headphones on, which is why we can hear ourselves.
Oh,
Yes.
right. I'm trying to sort that out.
Yeah.
I've got to switch off all the
Right. Well,
things.
I'm going to mute you for a bit while you sort
Right.
that out.
Okay.
Chipmunks happening.
So,
So, to replace Anthony Miller at this particular stage, Mr. Robert White.
just hold on a second. You sprung that on me rather before I was ready. Here we go.
Now, as the end is near, as the lockdown starts to get fixed, Boris's rules to mix begin to shape up. Two people can meet, although Meghan and Harry not so much. And if you're Kim and Kanye, it's less an Easter break and more an Easter breakup. But we can meet in public and meet people in care, although I've still got this hair. And if you're two blokes with a Cadbury's cream egg, whilst most people don't give a f***, some f***ing people give a f***. But best by far, there's no rules if you travel to the stars, 'cause there's no virus on Mars. So far.
Welcome to Mars. My name is Coronavirus.
You're muted.
There you are.
That's better.
Hey!
He's pixelated now.
Yeah.
You're all
I
pixelated.
don't know if
Anthony.
that's an improvement, is it really?
You need to rearrange your screen just slightly because we've got the top half of your head.
And the hog.
Well, yeah, the hog. That's my carved wooden bookend, like Bagpuss. It's sort of rubbish what my mother finds. It's just like there used to be a shop in the Caterham called the Clearance Centre, which was basically its stock in trade was everything that anyone had died had given up. I think it came from there. It just so once somebody loved it, and then like Bagpuss, it was forgotten. And then my mother saved it and said, "This is what you really need in life, Anthony, is a carved wooden bookend of a pig." So on that shelf are basically all the things that really you just don't know what to do with. I think the what do you call it, the picture of the snow scene is on there somewhere, which I think sure you remember as being particularly hideous. Yeah, good. So there we are. Welcome to Pear Shaped. Yeah, it's about as successful as the Labour Party conference tonight, isn't it? I've got about as much charisma as Keir Starmer. They're like some kind of what do you call it? Like they're like some act that hasn't noticed COVID and then has gone straight back on the circuit doing the same old material. So like he's going, oh well, we can't nationalise anything, can we? You know. And in the same day that Boris has nationalised 3 electricity companies and a rail franchise. And oh no, there's no magic money tree. There's no magic money tree. We can't have the magic money tree in the year that the government spent more money than the Second World War. You know, it's like he hasn't really caught up, has he? The thing with Keir Starmer, he's still doing the same old job. He actually said it in his speech. He said, well, I feel like I'm doing my old job. He acts like a civil servant, you know. He acts like he's still the head of the Crown Prosecution Service. That's why so many people have been suspended from the Labour Party, because Keir still thinks he's doing the same job. He keeps going through the Labour. He's not picking on the left. He's just going through the Labour Party list saying, oh, somebody should have done something about this. You know, I mean, why haven't these people been suspended? It's just, I feel that as a professional in prosecution, you know, I should put a stop to this. Good. So anyway, I think we should put an act on, Brian, because I might need to have to put another light on as well. It's a bit grey, isn't it? Yeah.
It's very slightly.
Very beige.
And you just need to pull the top of your screen slightly forward so that we get the whole of your visage rather than...
yeah, it's a bit more technically difficult than that because it's the way it's connected. So the wire will keep pulling it in the wrong direction.
Oh, right, okay.
All right, yeah. I'll figure something out in a minute.
All right, well, we've lost even more of your head now.
Yes. It's best.
You could sit on a cushion.
Well, I have got a chair that will go. Yes, there we are.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Now,
better,
let's
isn't it?
move to Mohammed.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Well, you're about to announce Shaz and Dave. A couple of friends of ours. We're actually quite close to them, almost relatives, really. So Shaz and Dave from the old.
Shaz and Dave from the old days.
What kind of mean for me? Because all I want to do with you, I mean, I know we fight and that, and it gets a bit physical at times.
Normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's healthy, isn't it?
But all I want to do with you is make you happy.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how it should be.
And I mean, when we get fighting and that, sometimes I feel like I have to fucking beat it into you. Do you know what I mean?
But at least we're talking, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't even bother talking to each other.
They don't talk with it. They just fucking
And
grunt at
they
each
don't
other.
touch each other. I mean, at least
No.
if you're hitting me, you're touching me, aren't you?
I suppose so.
And that's important in a relationship.
Yeah, because I only do it because I love you, you know that, don't you?
I could see the love in your eyes as you're doing it.
Some people, when I get that love in my eyes, they think I'm pissed.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'd see through that.
Yeah.
They don't know you like I know you.
That glazed eye look, it's just a veneer, isn't it?
It's a veneer of love.
Yeah.
Affection.
I'm glazed with love.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if I didn't think that was there, I wouldn't be hanging around you.
No,
but I know deep down
really.
it's there.
Yeah.
So that makes it all right.
Well, I mean, what makes me happy, you see, is that you find me very attractive, and that, you know, that I didn't expect that, because I mean, I suffer from low self-esteem. You see, yeah, I have a kind of a low opinion of myself, and some people say that low self-esteem causes you to be with someone who's beneath you. But with you,
I'm definitely above you.
Yeah, well, so you keep saying.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of tempted to believe you, because, well, it could be because of my low self-esteem, or because it's true.
Yeah.
So, so I don't know what point I'm trying to make there.
Well, do you ever know what point you're trying to make?
No.
No. So what's the difference then? It's never stopped you talking crap, has it?
No, I suppose so.
Whether you're making a point or just talking crap, it's just going to be the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I know you better than you know yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Shaz and Dave talking crap and talking about the veneer of love. Very nice couple, very nice couple. And like Chaz and Dave, they are in black and white, almost.
Oh, silhouette they were.
They were, yeah, black and white,
just one of them
silhouettes. Yeah.
In picture.
Yeah. But they're nice.
Sound.
They're nice people. And talking of double act, and we hate double acts. We hate double acts. Here's another one. Pattern math.
Hi, Sean.
Catherine, hello. And sad times for our friends on B-Wing. Sorry for your loss of privileges after the regrettable incident. Welcome, though, to 2 minutes of pattern math.
Yeah, so today, Sean, I'm asking you, would you steal a car?
Oh, I think, yeah, I would. And I'll tell you why. What this country needs, I think, what it's missing is a generation of entrepreneurs, risk takers. And if I've got to prove to an employer or a bank manager, that I've got what it takes, I'm a maverick who gets things done, what better way than hot wiring an abandoned Ford Cortina on an industrial estate?
You're not wrong there, Sean.
What I'm doing, I'm creating my own opportunities.
Yeah.
That's vital. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd totally be up for it. I always try new things. I think I'd need probably take a course or something, like at night school. Because I don't think I know how to go about it.
Yeah.
Really. Like, because you have to, like, smash the window to get in, don't you? And then it's going like, woo, woo, and you go like, shh, 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 shh. And then it stops screaming, and then and they've got like Hot Wheel it, haven't you? And then you got to drive it away. And like I haven't driven in a long time, so it'd be really embarrassing if I stalled it. So
yeah, little tip for you there, Catherine. Let's have a peek through the window. Choose an automatic.
Oh my god, I never thought of that. That's a really good idea. Thanks, Sean.
All right, see, entrepreneur, always thinking.
Pattern math who are always thinking. Yeah, always thinking. Good. Yeah. there's a lot of thinking goes on now. I don't know if you've been on the internet recently, but it's full of people thinking about things. They don't seem to have actually connected them to reality. But, I mean, they kind of. I was listening to this argument about Roe versus Wade in 1973, and it was very, very heated. And there were all these people going on about Roe versus Wade and all this, and eventually I thought, well, yeah, this is. I can see your point, but I'm pretty sure that Virginia Wade won Wimbledon in 1976. You're not really good. That's a bit offbeat, isn't it? Good. So, never mind. That's what we're here to do. It's a bit like other things I've been interested in, like halal meat, because I think halal meat's a good thing, because there must be lots of animals who are going into the slaughterhouse and they think they haven't got a prayer, and then there is a prayer, and then they're dead. So, but it's nice that someone puts that effort in at the last moment. You're thinking, no, I haven't got a prayer, and there is one. Yeah, so that's all they do. There's none of, I know there's all this controversy about whatever, but all they do is say a prayer. And good. So there we are. That's one for the religious people there. Good. What else was I going to talk about? My neighbour works at a meat packing factory. That's the thing, and he works all hours, really long hours. I keep saying to him, you're putting in all this overtime, but you don't own any of that company for all the time you're putting in. You should get some kind of share deal. You did at least have an employee share deal if you're doing that much overtime. He said, I don't care. He said, I might not have shares, but I'm still a stakeholder. Good. These are jokes. Otherwise, it's my personality. At least I have written some new jokes. I could do the old stuff, but the trouble with this is that you've heard it all before. So I'm trying to reinvent myself. Like the monarchy reinvents itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like we used to have Prince Edward with putting on the whatever he did. Was it It's a Knockout? And now we have Prince. Now we have Prince Andrew restaging Are You Being Served? You have to kind of take something old and put a new spin on it. So that's a keeper. Good. Okay, so you have some love and appreciation, please, from the invisible audience for Fugly Friends.
There is little to be gained from having bellends on your timeline with the rubbish that they love to like and share. When blocking twats on Facebook, you're treading such a fine line. It's important to be accurate and fair. If the dross is never ending, you better get on with unfriending those who irritate, bewilder and annoy. It could take you many hours to eliminate that shower, but by the end you'll have some friends that you enjoy. It's a lonely life on here when you've got way too many friends who genuinely think that you might care about what he decides for dinner or what she just won't put in her. It really is impossible to bear. If your timeline's getting shitter, don't even think of joining Twitter. That's an exercise in totally missing the point. Just be a man, take some action, unplug that damn contraption, you'll be better off offline with a joint. So shock the buggers, block the buggers, chuck them in the bin. Annihilate the imposters who pretend to be your friends. Find the buggers, blind the buggers, flush them down the pan. Exterminate the bastards and they won't be back again. My song is nearly over. Refugees are swarming Dover, and the Facebook fun and wonder ship has sailed. It's the ending of an era, like when we lost Jack and Vera. It seems that all the friends I thought I had have failed. When Zuckerberg came up with this digital distraction, he foresaw a brand new high-tech golden age. But the pleasure was so fleeting, now I finish my deleting. All that's left is me and my fan page. So shock the buggers, block the buggers, chuck 'em in the bin. Annihilate the imposters who pretend to be your friends. Find the buggers, blind the buggers, flush 'em down the pan. Exterminate the bastards and they won't be back again. Find the buggers, blind the buggers, flush 'em down the pan. Exterminate the bastards and they won't be back again.
So that was an unashamed advert, I suppose, for Brian's artwork. So this is a 2022 calendar, Fugly Friends. There are all the pictures you saw on the back, or featured in the video. This is what it looks like inside, in case anybody wants to know what the actual calendar is. So it's sort of, wait a minute. So that's the calendar bit, and the picture bit's there. And all artwork by Mr. Damage, and they're tenner each, or 3 for 25. And we actually have another calendar which we'll be plugging as well. It's similar to last year's, with just artwork in it. So there you go. Now Mr. Damage is in the other room. I think he's busy doing the thing from Cole Porter.
Cole Parker.
Didn't know we'd resurrected Cole Porter to come and do a song, did you? No, Cole Parker from LA, he's doing something with that. Right, so I'm just going to go ahead with another guest video. This one is by Paul Ricketts, who has been on the show live as well as on video. So here it comes.
Welcome to your CPC test, Mr. Johnson. Have you done the test before?
Well, with the last test I took, I got a very positive result.
And can I ask, why do you want to have a heavy goods vehicle licence?
I love buses. My main hobby is making model buses in between having extramarital affairs.
Okay.
And I've always thought I looked like Jack from On the Buses.
Uncanny.
I've had buses named after me. If I had £1 for every time I'd been on the bus, I'd have £350 million.
You really do love buses, don't you?
Apart from the bendy ones, obviously. So I want you to leave the depot and turn left. I'd rather turn right. Or middle of the road. That's popular, isn't it? Let's get a move on, Mr. Johnson. Now I want you to do a right turn. Okay, U-turn it is then. So how do you think that went? Too early to say? No. Okay, I concede that perhaps there were things that we could have done differently. Have I passed the test? No.
So that was Boris Johnson driving a bus. That's Boris, the creator of or the recreator of the Route Master, which you can't get on the back of. Possibly the most pointless invention in the world. Good, but you know he's thinking about the future, isn't he? We're all thinking about the future, about global warming and things like that. I've learned recently that I think methane has like 3 times more potency in greenhouse gas emissions than carbon dioxide. So I've come up with a solution to save the planet. I think we should light our farts. That would create carbon dioxide, but that would still save 2/3 of the carbon dioxide. So and if we industrialized it on the cow scale, we could really go for it. So that's my thought for the week. Yeah. Not the greatest thought, but it's what's been occupying me, because I obviously I have a background in this world. Good. It's one of the stupid things I've seen. There are a lot of chocolate companies suing each other. So several chocolate companies suing each other over using a purple wrapper, because apparently only one chocolate company has the right to a purple wrapper, which is a bit mad, isn't it? Yeah. Because I think, you know, I mean, if wrapping something brown in purple was, if wrapping something brown in purple was something you could sue anybody over, UKIP would know about it, wouldn't they? Yeah. So anyway, so yes, I feel we've connected now, albeit on an autistic level. Yeah. Sometimes we do this. It's a disaster, isn't it? Some things are a disaster, like the Titanic. No one came away from it thinking of it as a success, because you know, people remember things with the dilemmas, and there you have the terrible dilemma where you had the men who had to decide to lay down their lives for the women, which created a dilemma for the women, because then they had to decide what to wear, which and they thought about in war stuff, which, although it doesn't sound like very much, is one of the few recorded events in history where a large group of women were actually ready to go out. It's a little bit sexist, but I counted the women in this gig, and I thought I could get away with it. In fact, I counted the number of other acts in this gig, and I thought, well, they're all Brian and Krysstal, so who's going to know? Right, I think we should put another act on now.
Yeah.
Mr. Mandolino.
Tune time. Yeah. Right. Yes. Welcome to my world, and the world of copyrighted music, where we taunt the YouTube copyright police to see if we get a copyright strike. But we won't be this week, because the tune I'm going to do goes back to like Louis XIV, 17th century and things, and Bob Dylan nicked it first back in 1961. But what's significant for our purposes, highlighting the copyright issues, is that a band from where I'm from the Toon, from Newcastle, recorded it in 1964, and it was the first folk rock hit. Sold millions. And it's a traditional tune. But when they recorded it, the label that went on the actual 7-inch single had credited the keyboard player with words and music. So all the royalties went to the keyboards player, not to the band, not just to the keyboards player. So he didn't last long in the band. That was it. The band was the Animals. And the tune is The House of the Rising Sun. And it's a bit of a dirge. How they sold millions of copies, I'll never know. It's in 6/8 time and a bit of a dirge. And I've got a spurious link with it. When in the 70s, I was in a punk rock band in the late 70s in Newcastle, and our drummer's girlfriend's sister was married to Chaz Chandler, who was the Animals bass player. Wow! So you can imagine how excited I was as a 19-year-old bass player, knowing that our drummer's girlfriend's sister was married to Chaz Chandler, the man who discovered Hendrix. Wow! Yeah, what? So that's my name drop for this week anyway. So I'm going to play the tune. This is The House of the Rising Sun, but with a swing feel.
anthemic pandemic hits to be the soundtrack of your new normal. Now that's what I call music, COVID-19. And who could forget this classic bit of Frit Cough?
Why don't you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours? Did you go to Offspring? Well, of course. And even though we're changing society, leveling up, but you know all my friends, it's enough. When can you stop? Jobs for the boys, finding jobs for the girls, giving jobs for the boys, steal your jobs for the girls. Always should be done if you really love. So it's jobs for the boys, got a job for a girl, nice job for the boys, a shit job for the girls. Should be party donors you really love.
North, west, east and south. This musical droplet spreads from mouth to mouth.
It's the home of Adrian Moore. Stick a crisp in your big hole. £1 an hour can't be true. All the workers go boo-boo and convert poverty to safety in an immigrant. I don't wanna be loved unless oh no, so why in the car park found the body. She's a walk pies wait for you. Football, cricket, rugby too. I don't wanna be loved unless
Loosen your border controls with this emphatic tune.
Pretty Patel, with coffers on the street. Pretty Patel, they're so scared to meet. Pretty Patel, you sound so posh, does my heart sing? Apart from words that end with ing.
Sickening. That, Tim. Challenging.
Now that's what I call music, COVID-19. Get it before there's a second surge.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the one and only Mr. Paul Ricketts, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It was Mr. Paul Ricketts, and before that we had... When the House of the Rising Sun, that one.
Yeah.
That was Al Mandolino, ladies and gentlemen. Al Mandolino playing the beautiful banjo
We
there.
left them all in suspenders, so with our epic tale of Bobbity Bill. And
We did, yes. You're probably worried about Bobbity Bill. You're thinking, what the fuck happened? What happened? We built it up to the exciting bit, and what was the exciting bit? Let's just
the exciting
let's have a
bit
look at the end of the
was,
exciting bit. What happened? Because it was this is a big ballad.
He just
over the hill rode Bobbity Bill astride of his kangaroo.
he shot Elmer in the head.
Straddled behind, with love on her mind, his lady, the sweet Mary Lou. And we left it there then, didn't we? Yeah. And you were thinking, oh, I'd really like to know what happened after that. So this is what happened. Not long after that, while chewing the fat, Mary Lou was the cause of a tiff. No. He fractured her nose, tore up her clothes, and threw her right over a cliff. She fell with a crack and busted her back and died in a minute or two. And Bobbity Bill rode over the hill to pray for his sweet Mary Lou.
She arrived up in heaven at 7:20,
Yes.
in time
For dinner at 9.
Ate like a hog, slept like a log.
To be honest, she felt pretty fine.
Next day she woke, a saintly voice spoke, saying,
I am the God of all things. I don't wish to be hard, but I'm stamping your card, so get up and try out your wings.
Well, she walked to the window,
Yes.
stood on the sill,
Yes.
and flapped for a minute or two. She took to the air, devil may care, and believe it or not,
She flew.
She said with a smile,
I'm moving in style. It's better than riding a mule. I'd rather be high in this beautiful sky than below with that bobbity fool. Bobbity, 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 boo. Bobbity Bill came over the hill astride of his kangaroo. Who should he see on top of a tree but the ghost of his sweet Mary Lou? He let out a scream. This must be a dream. I do not believe in such things. I can see that it's you, my sweet Mary Lou. Fuck me, you look good in them wings.
Right, now, to go on with this song would be terribly wrong.
Yes.
A wrong you do not deserve. So we're stopping it now.
While you're wondering how she gets her own back on this perv.
Suffice it to say, Mary Lou gets her way
on this man who was nobody's friend. She took him up high in that lovely blue sky. She let go. Thank fuck, that's the end. There we go. That'll do, won't it?
Of Bobbity Bill and Mary Lou.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I've been missing for a little... No, so we've got another compere here, haven't we? Is Anthony Miller, and
Yes.
he's going to introduce...
No, it's us to introduce it.
Is it?
According to the
Yeah, but
running
we've just...
order.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from America...
Oh!
The land of the free. Ask any prisoner, they'll tell you. The one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Cole Parker.
Well, here in the United States of America, things have got a little bit sort of less good, shall I say, worse, I think is what an English scholar might call it. Yeah, because they turned off the fucking money hose. All the extra enhanced money they were giving us, that stopped the other week, which is a shame. So I had to go back to work, which none of us want to do. So this weekend, on Friday, I'm being flown first class to Hawaii to shoot a thing next week in fucking Hawaii. So yeah, I've gone back to work. So fuck, you know what I mean? When I say my life is fucking hard, mate, let me tell you. Starting to lose patience as well with a lot of these unvaccinated pricks everywhere. I really yeah, I don't know what's in it. I don't want to put anything bad inside my body. I'm just like, what? You fuck strangers that you meet online. You eat KFC. What part of the chicken is fucking grey, mate? What part? You buy drugs in nightclubs from a guy, from just people. I've seen you take drugs that you found on top of a fucking toilet system in a nightclub. But you won't take the thing which another 70 million people have taken in case it hurts you, in case they've made a mistake. Well, what if you're right? What if they have made a mistake? What if they've accidentally murdered 70 million of their own people? Is that what you're hearing? Is that happening? No. And of course, a lot of people during the pandemic, didn't they pivoted, didn't they? They pivoted because, of course, their industry shut down, was curtailed, etc. So they had to pivot into something else. That's right. Yeah. I used to be a comedian, but now I'm a care worker. That kind of thing. They pivot, don't they? That's right. And I had to pivot myself, you see, because I used to be a prick, but now I'm a bit of a cunt. That's right. Multifaceted. That's what I am. And many people, of course, during the pandemic, they managed to pivot into a different profession, didn't they? Of course they did. My favourite, I think, is fitness influencer. Yeah, not a fitness trainer, a fitness influencer. And what these people do is they post all their content about how they look great. Okay, and these fitness influencers, they're normally about sort of 20 years old. They're all in fit, they're all in shape, they all look great. And there's a reason for that. They're fucking 20, okay? When I was 20, I lived on silk cut, bacon sandwiches, and ecstasy. Right? I did for about 2.5 fucking years, and I looked amazing. Because I was fucking 20, right? That's why. Lockdown's ending, everyone's panicking, you know. Didn't get to write that play, didn't get to write that book, did I? Didn't learn rock climbing or origami. No, just developed a drink problem and flirted with divorce, didn't you? That's what you did. Don't worry, you're not alone. Boosters now are necessary, aren't they? Boosters. Your third injection now, your third COVID shot right in the fucking arm. And apparently it's like getting the second shot again. So people are getting similar symptoms to when they had the second jab, which is, of course, a bit of COVID, a little bit COVID-y for about 10, 12 hours. A bit sort of, near death, then you're fine again, about 12 hours. And also, a bit of a sore arm, apparently, a bit of a dead arm. And I don't think that'll really affect me, if I'm honest. I don't, because as a guy that went to a school in the UK, just a normal state school in the UK, I was given a dead arm every day of my fucking life for years. So I'm pretty much immune to like any kind of arm dull pain whatsoever. In fact, in the next pandemic, if I have to buy cigarettes whilst wearing a school uniform, I'll be fucking golden, mate. Yeah, that's right. So they want to reboot James Bond. A lot of talk that it should be a female now. Should be a female James Bond. I think of all the fictional sort of, tough characters that they should change from a male to a female, surely the one they should be doing that to is Johnny Two-Face. That's got to be the one, hasn't it? Don't you think? I've got a problem with superheroes. I just don't like them. I think they're too good looking. They are. They're too good looking. You take Wonder Woman. If you were an evil genius, okay, one of the acolytes knocked on your door, said, "Quick, boss! Wonder Woman's here." What would worry you more, okay? A 350-pound, heavily built, heavily scarred, massive shaven-headed, bull-looking woman with Trump tattoos and a period temper, or a tiny little yoga pixie singing John Lennon? I just don't think Marvel have thought this through. That's all I'm saying. Drugs, by the way, all these kind of cocaine and like these hard sort of Class A stimulants. This isn't something that's been happening in the last sort of like 20, 30, 40 years, by the way. A lot of people think this is like a sort of newer thing and we're like a bad generation. Victorian England, cocaine use was rife amongst the upper classes. They were all doing it. They put it in fucking snuff. What do you think snuff was for? After dinner, like, the gentlemen would go and retire to the drawing room and they'd have brandies and cigars and snuff. And that's what they do. Yes, you know what we should do, Crowels? What should we do? We should invade India. Yes, capital idea. So, me doing this, actually, is actually quite passive. So get off my fucking case. Alright? This is Cole Parker reporting live in LA for Pear Shaped in Dystopia.
That was Cole Parker live in LA, where he was being animated by Hanna-Barbera. So you can see the 1 frame every 12 seconds routine, which was apparently to save money, obviously. So that's why Scooby-Doo doesn't move very much, because he's only animated at a third of the speed that humans would actually move in reality. Good. So there's a bit of information.
He's just ruined cartoons for me.
Yeah, well, but apparently there was an enormous row between all the animators about whether this was a good thing, and it sort of ended when Hanna-Barbera said, "Well, you got a job, haven't you?" So go back to animating Mickey Mouse, see how long you last. You'll get fired from that gig now. Now, fuck off. All right. So this week, I've noticed that the word unprecedented has made a comeback. The fuel crisis is unprecedented. I think unprecedented is the kind of it's the new word for stuffed, isn't it? Really, instead of being things being fucked, they're unprecedented. I think you can then insert it into so many things. Good, yeah. So we are surviving COVID-19. I think my dad has survived. He's lost his sense of. He can't taste things as well, though. Everything to him tastes like sort of mashed chickpeas. So he's finding this very difficult, and he's finding it very difficult. So yeah, he's very depressed about it. He's lost his sense of humour.
Hey.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's a month to think up that one. The other thing is about writing puns. I could write more puns. I used to write lots of puns and silly one-liners, like when I used to do viz and things like that. Just write endless one-liners. But eventually, just think, oh fuck this! I just don't want to write jokes anymore. It's like, you know, I want to tell you about my life. Well, yesterday I went to the other room. Good. There's an experience that we haven't had. You've never been to my other room. It's different to this. Oh, you have been in the other room, actually, haven't you? It's this room that you don't see very often. Good. Oh, well, that's a link. I think we'll put another act on. I think I've peaked it. I think I've peaked, yeah. Who's the next act then, Brian?
It's somebody called Pat and Math.
Oh, Pat and Math again.
Yeah.
So the second instalment of the continuing saga, that is Pat
And this
Math.
is an anniversary episode.
All right. Any particular anniversary? Or
Yes, the 100.
Okay.
100. We've only got to 21. Imagine how
100th
they
anniversary.
fucking suffered.
Yeah. I thought you could have said 9/11 or something. No, sorry, I should say that. Right, so the anniversary episode of Pat and Math.
Hi, Sean.
Catherine, hello, and hello to you all. Welcome to the 100th episode of 2 Mins of Pat and Math. And my 100th episode question for you, Catherine, is: would you want to live to be 100?
Absolutely not. No. I can't think of anything worse. I don't have that will to live, really. You know, I don't have that strength of character.
Yeah.
I've smoked a lot. So, God, you know, it just seems like a lot of effort, doesn't it? You know, existing for that long, and I just don't want to. How about you?
Well, for similar reasons, I'm actually going to say yes, because I've probably smoked and drunk even more than you.
Yeah.
And in many ways, since I was your age, I've been on borrowed time. This is all just a bonus now.
Yeah,
So,
every day's a blessing.
Exactly. I'm just thinking crack on as long as I can. And also, I mean, I think I'm enjoying the spite side of things.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying laughing at the funerals of my rivals.
Yeah. Yeah, thought of that actually. It would be nice to live long enough to dance on some graves, right?
Yeah, although dance is probably a big ask at that age.
Yeah, writhe around a bit.
Have a little shuffle.
Yeah.
Bruce Forsyth.
Piss on the headstone.
Yeah. Plenty of piss. Happy anniversary.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was the 100th episode, rather, of Pat and Matt. And I've told them off. They've only done one more episode. So I told them off. I told Pat off, and I gave him a big thing, and I said, you fucking bastard. I said, you got to do more, because I like them. And you know me, I don't like anything. So, but I got one for you. Here comes the pun. Here comes the pun. That'd be good for Gary Delaney, wouldn't it? Or somebody like that. Somebody who does pun. Here comes the pun. It's all right. Do 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 do. Yep. So, but there's
Beatles.
Yeah.
Something in the way.
Hang on. Something where she moves reminds me of her fucking mother. Something where she woos me. I don't want to leave her now. Oh no, she's a fucking cow. Doing, 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 doing.
I wake up to the sound of mucus. Husband lying next to me. Snoring and he's farting. Let me sleep.
Let her sleep.
Let me sleep. Let
Let
me
her
sleep. Let me sleep. Yeah,
Let
let
her
me
sleep.
sleep. Just stop fucking breathing. Let me sleep.
Oh.
Just of our on Beatles
That's
things.
it. I can't think of any more. Can you? Yeah,
not
that was
off the
it.
top of my head.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, roll call. That's it. That's it. We're done. We're done. I thought we were never going to get done. I'd like to thank Cole for taking up the first half of the fucking show with me looking for his video. Thank you, Cole.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. No, don't be sorry.
But
You're
you
here.
got confused, you see.
Did you?
You know, when I sent you the file, it says on it
Yeah.
0 bytes, but that's a lie.
Yeah.
If you click download anyway, it would have downloaded. It would have taken you to an iCloud download page. So, and it was neatly put together. I was like sharp and funny and edited instead of that shambolic shit mess you saw me deliver about 5 or 6 minutes ago.
All right, hang on a minute. Hang on.
Version as opposed to the shit version.
Where is that? No, we can't. I can't find it. I spent fucking half an hour looking for it while the show was going on. And you know me, I get stressed out when I'm not looking for anything. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the first act of what you saw this evening was
Robert White.
Robert White. Woo. Thanks, Robert.
Are we doing another one, Robert?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, you might as well.
Right,
just,
we'll have to
just
take
fucking.
everybody out of the stream.
Yeah. Oh God.
Darwin said it's survival of the fittest, but self-socialising is bringing out the shittest. Survival of the fittest, that's how we attack this. But people hoard food like it's survival of the fattest. Protection of the weak comes from action of the fitter, but people want loo like it's survival of the shittest. Darwin said it's survival of the fittest, so don't be the fattest, the shittest or the shittest. And I thought I was dyslexic.
Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't really Robert White. Robert White. Doing a bit of history there, Anthony. I know you like a bit of history because you went back to the 70s, didn't you? It was, I was in the 70s. I loved every moment of it. Fucking shit and rubbish in the streets and fucking Labour Party. I've always loved them ever since.
Was that just your street? Was that everywhere?
That was every street. Every street was a smell of shit and vomit and rats and racists and arseholes. And
Is this the Middle Ages?
and I've just heard recently that they've decided to bring back standing up at football matches. Now, I remember the 70s, all the cunts stood up. They were all drunk, all racist, all arseholes, roaring their fat, stupid fucking heads off, and we didn't even have that Cantona to go and kick him in the head, kick any sense into him. And now they're thinking of bringing it back. Oh, you could.
What could possibly
You can stand
go
up
wrong?
and you can get drunk, and you're already fucking stupid, so you'll be all right.
I thought Hillsborough put an end to this, like-
I know, but the problem is that people are standing up where there are seats at the moment, so they're just standing up regardless.
Yeah.
Even if they've got seats.
With
so
no
the people
shirts
with the
on
seats
and their
can't-
big chests
can't
and
see anything.
hairy nipples.
There's some kind of physical barrier that stops
It
us
is.
from being too violent.
No, as Anthony says, it's the thought that counts.
But the thought is not that whether they're standing up, it's that they don't bunch together, so the seats separate them from. They've got to climb over something to push in front of each other. That's what
you can get a head
Hillsborough,
start,
isn't it?
can't you? If you
Yeah.
start
Well, they won't have to climb over anything now. They can just vomit
Trample each
down
other to death.
the aisles.
We never had that problem in Hartlepool.
No, well, you haven't got a football club, have you?
They've got a football club, they haven't got enough people.
Yeah, we've been to Hartlepool. That was great, wasn't it? Dave Dynamite. Yeah, Dave Dynamite's mum and dad moved up there, and they were putting because she had a bit of an accent. They were putting shit through her letterbox. And fucking abusing them. He had to go and live there to protect them from the arseholes.
Yeah.
And I said, look, our Mandolino came from up there.
Yeah.
It must be nice.
Yeah, but I left 40 years ago.
Maybe it's
They
gone
make you
downhill
leave
then.
in wooden stocks, throwing stuff at you as you left the village.
Yeah, we stayed over there one night, and poor old Davey had fucking video cameras, you know, to photograph the arseholes with the shit. Yeah. Anyway, we've only just got through the first day. This is the roll call, and then wait, what happened after? We had, hang on, fuck me, we had Robert White.
We had Pat Maher.
Shaz and Dave, they were great. Yeah, Shaz and Dave, they were great because we know them, we're very close, and. Pardon me. And then we Fugly Friends. Fugly Friends was written online with Ashley Freeze and various other drunk comedians after midnight. You know, like in the old days when you used to get pissed out of your head and you call everybody cunts and you wake up in the morning and go, oh, what have I fucking done? Well, this particular night we just wrote a song. So I gave them a line, they gave them a line back, and so this was written by me, Ashley Freeze, and about 10 other comedians who all had a line in it. So that's it. So.
And this is the other calendar I was talking about.
Yeah, this is the one that isn't hilarious. Anyway, that was that, and you know, it's just like it goes on until it fucking stops. So,
it had a kind of feel like, remember Take Heart with Tony Hart?
Yeah.
The gallery. Because like Anthony and Al are a lot like Morph and Chaz, really, aren't they? The two little
Yeah. Very much
so,
like it.
Yeah. You had Colin Bennett, didn't you? The caretaker.
and then after that, what we had was a little bit of Paul Ricketts. He's amazingly productive, Paul Ricketts.
Swab nurse.
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you. A bottle of Lambrini and a packet of B&H, please, nurse.
Yes, Doctor.
Cardiac arrest. Stand clear for CPR.
I think it's the girl on the till scanning your purchases, Doctor.
That'd be £10.68, please.
And then they just made me head of one and only, Mr. Al Mandolino. I was, while you were playing, Al, or talking bollocks as you do before you play, right, I was not in the room. I was in the other room trying to find a video of someone that we know. So, that was apparently that's House of the Rising Sun, yeah?
I have a question.
Very quickly.
I have a question for Al.
Go
so,
on.
how long has the House of Rising Sun been out of copyright? Is it like ancient then?
It's ancient. Yes, it was first
really ancient, yeah.
written down. It dates back hundreds of years. The tune. And the words as well. But 1918, it was first written down. 1930 something, it was first recorded.
It was.
Yeah.
Is there a reason I'm interested? Is
Eric Burden and Chaz Chandler.
Hang on, who's talking?
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Go on. Question?
No, I was just to say the reason I was interested is when my dad bought his first music centre in '79 that played cassette tapes.
Yeah.
That was the demo tape. So I thought, well, it's obviously they used that song because it didn't have any copyright.
Yes, it has no
So
copyright.
that has answered a question I've been worrying about for 40 years.
But didn't I thought Mickey Mouse got the copyright on there? Like somebody, one of the fucking managers or producers got it.
He did the session, but it's the words and music of the Animals version are credited to Alan Price. And apparently that was because he's the alphabet, first letter in the alphabet, and he could only get his name on the label. Yeah, that's Eric Burden's story about it anyway.
Right.
But there may have been some skullduggery about it because Alan Price brought the tune to the table, so to speak.
Yes.
So he might have just piped up and said, actually, no, that's my song. And just a fluke like that. And somebody went, okay, and wrote his name down. And he gets all the royalties for their version of it.
Oh, he does get it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big amount of bitterness amongst them all from that. I mean,
I bet.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, he did leave the band shortly. When he got the first royalty check, he left, he went and bought a yacht or something,
The price of fame.
So so that's how wrong the copyright laws are. You see things. It's
well, you know, my brother Rusty was in Vizos.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All the members of Vizos were credited with all the songs,
and that's how it should be.
Yes, but Steve Strange's manager arranged for it all to go to Steve Strange.
Yeah. It happened.
Thousands and 150,000 quid or something. Went to him, and the others got fuck all.
Yeah.
All of them, So, but I mean, people in the music business have been robbed for years. And you can get like the thing with the Oasis and whatever, or even the Beatles. It's whoever gets the royalties immediately falls out with everybody else. Everybody else thinks they're a cunt.
Yeah. Somebody might just put one little nuance in the tune which sells it. Steve Harley's Cockney Rebel, Come Up and See Me, See Me Smile. Yeah. What sells that is the stop, when they all stop.
Yeah.
You da-di-da, that bit. That's the best bit in it.
Yeah, but John Cage did that bit, didn't he?
More minutes of it or something.
The drummer of the Smiths have to take Johnny Marr and Morrissey to court.
It took Morrissey to
they weren't giving him anything. And he had to go
it was the bass player.
The song, and they showed how his slow, laconic drumming was also an integral part of, because they tried to say his drumming didn't matter. It wasn't important. And he had to go to court, and it ended lots of bitterness. But
also, whoever's getting all the royalties suddenly employs all the rest of the band for 50 quid a night.
Yeah.
We're doing Wembley Stadium. Yeah, 50 quid, right?
I thought it was rather humorous that Eric Burden, the singer in the Animals, when they split up, his next band was called Raw.
as in raw
as
meat.
in battle, war.
Oh, right.
Not raw. War.
Raw?
No, war.
Oh, yeah.
And Chaz Chandler went off, and fuck this for a game of soldiers. And he got the song "Hey Joe." He bought that off somebody in America, and went.
He discovered Jimi Hendrix. Chaz Chandler.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
And he brought him over, and all the other top guitarists thought, fuck, I've got to give up.
Yeah. Watch this. Is it really that good? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but Jimmy did him a favour by dying at 27. So, I mean, fuck me.
But Chaz had sold his interests in Hendrix by then to Mike Jeffries, who was the Chaz Chandler
Really?
did the creative stuff, and Mike Jeffries did the business
Right.
part of it. And when
Yeah.
Hendrix was doing Electric Ladyland, it all got a bit too mad with all the drugs and everything. And Chaz Chandler said, "Right, I'm out of here," and
Yeah.
sold his interest in Jimi Hendrix. And
Yeah.
when Hendrix died, they were just about to get back together because Hendrix realised that Chaz was a good guy to have around. He was a good guy, apparently, like, you know.
Yeah.
Creative.
I'm
and
not
that, and-
surprised that so many bands split up, because imagine, basically they've got, like us wonderful comedians, we travel for 5 hours to do half an hour, travel another 5 hours. Well, they were travelling all over the place, doing an hour, a couple of hours or something, and what are they going to do for the rest of the fucking time? They're all taking drugs or trying to stay awake or fuck everybody.
Well, just being
So-
teenagers, you know.
Huh? Yeah. So.
Procedural issue. Should we finish the roll call?
Good
That
idea.
was the hint, yes.
That was apparently a hint. Yeah. So where did we get to? We got as far as El Mandolino, and he's caused all this trouble by fucking talking for ages. So, and then we had Paul Ricketts again. Paul Ricketts. And that was great, that was lovely. And I've got another one, but I'm not going to subject you to that, because it's like, now that's what I call music, but different. So, and then
we have...
After half an hour of looking for him, but worth every moment of it, the one and only Mr. Cole Parker, ladies and gentlemen, Cole Parker. Cole, he made it, you made it. Were you just feeling lazy? Were you just thinking,
No,
I know what I'll do, I'll ring Brian, I'll get in touch with Brian at 5 to fucking 8.
I had to do loads of work. I'm so sorry.
Yeah?
And and the stuff that I recorded was actually
Yeah.
really good. It was edited properly, looked good. Wasn't at all shambolic like I was like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, we'll
when
play
you,
it
when
next
you put
week.
this together,
next week.
Well, it's the same material that I did tonight. A lot of it. So
That's all
Right,
right.
we're still going to play it next week. Say, now look, we're going to next month. We'll say, now look, sorry about last month when Cole did this, but
This is what you could
if
have
if I could have found a video, this is what you would have
when
heard,
you edit the
and then
whole
you can come on and you can complain about it. How about that?
The whole show together, you could just replace me with that this week if you so choose.
Oh right, okay, all right. If I find it, but we love your personality as you're our only. Well, I say guest. I mean, we're all regulars now, all of us. There are no guests tonight. There are videos.
Live guests, yeah.
You're a live exception to the rule this evening.
Is this the post-show green room chat now?
Yes,
it is,
but it's
yes.
still broadcast. It's
Yeah.
still
Right.
broadcast.
And it won't go on for that long because we've got to go and try and find some fucking petrol.
Oh yeah.
Now.
So is that completely? So that's Brexit then, right?
Yeah, I think so. Everybody's. Oh
It
no,
is, but
it's
people
got nothing to do
we've
with
got
Brexit.
enough petrol. We haven't got
Yeah.
enough petrol tanker drivers.
Yeah, and that's got nothing to do with Brexit.
And everybody's
of course.
panic buying, so you can't. I drove around for half an hour today. Went past 4 or 5 garages all closed, but we've got to get to Cambridge and then Bristol.
We've got 2
for
gigs, and if we don't get petrol tonight,
We
we're
can't
fucked.
do it.
We're not even sure we can. So we
You
might
need
have to
2
cancel
tanks,
one.
don't you, for that? Cambridge, Bristol, then back to London.
Yeah.
No, Cambridge back to London and then Bristol back to London. So we
Yeah.
only need 1 tank and maybe a little bit of a top up at the end of the.
I'm going for a pee. Can you play the
Shall I
end?
I'm playing the new outro.
The new outro.
Well, that was a marvellous show. I must say, I really enjoyed it. I thought everybody was absolutely hilarious.
Well, I can see you enjoyed something, yes.
In fact, I'm so happy that I would actually like to pay something.
Yes,
but I don't know. I don't know where to start. Actually, normally I have a little man who deals with the money for me, but he got in a fit of laughing and he seems to have disappeared somewhere.
I know how to do it.
So, how do I pay?
Scan the QR code or follow the link.
Well, that was Pear Shaped
in Dystopia. Wednesday night at 8:30, once a month. Pear Shaped, and we hope you thought the show was really great. Last Wednesday of the month. Pear Shaped, if the comics made you grin, feel free to chuck a fiver in the bin. Or 10 or more. Pear Shaped in Dystopia. Wednesday night at 8:30. When does it run?
Oh my goodness, it's just telling you, dear.
Listen.
There you are.
Is it next week?
No, end of the month, dear, end of the month.
Next month, the end of the month.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Well, I shall be here, so
Yes,
thank
you
you
will.
for everything.
It's all right.
And I'm just trying to figure out how to pay.
Well, you've
That's
been
all.
told, dear, if you haven't worked
Thank
it out
you.
by now.
So we have a nice comment from Mikhail.
Ah, there you are. Can you hear me okay? Is the sound all right?
Yeah,
Sounds great,
it's
yeah.
better than it's
Okay.
been forever.
Months, yes.
Okay.
We haven't got the crackling and all that sort of shit. It's
Fair
the
enough.
best it's been.
I didn't use the microphone. Anyway, that's one of the reasons also why I did the video. God, look at the size of my span. It's huge. Jesus. Sorry. No.
No,
Oh, we got some nice comments. Thank you for your
Bert.
comments.
He enjoyed it, great.
Yes.
I've known Bert for 50 years.
You've known Robert for 50 years.
Yes, we grew up together.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be one of Brian's relations because his mother's maiden name was Hayes.
Oh.
So there you go. There's nothing
Did
to do
you
with it.
boil a string for this, Al? I saw.
Yes, but I changed the strings on this thing last night, and you can revitalize strings if you boil them. They last for a little bit longer.
Is that like a bit of northern thriftiness? Like, you know, pegging tea bag?
Poverty, musician living in poverty. I got told by a folk singer in the 70s in the folk club. He said he just boiled his strings before the gig. Ah, right, yeah, and it boils all the gunk off them. And so they last a bit longer. Because all the gunk off your fingers.
Something molecular going on.
But it livens them up a bit, so you'll get like another gig out of them, you know. But I just bought a new set of strings, put a new set of strings on. I didn't have my glasses on. I picked this thing up. I was trying to do it quickly, and I just instead of cutting the string off, I cut the one that I was holding that was the brand new one, and felt a complete chump, as you can imagine. As soon as I did that, so I boiled the string, and I thought this is a photo opportunity for Facebook. This will entice people to comment.
That saucepan with a string in it. I tell you what, mate, that's a Turner prize waiting to happen.
So the moral of that story is put your fucking glasses on.
Yeah, before you change an
Before
£8 set of strings.
Yeah.
They look like a shit Italian.
I've got something. Yeah, usually we have similar clothes on, Code, but my towel matches your shirt this week.
Oh, that's a great compliment for me. Thanks very much.
Great, yeah. So you can match your towel, your shirt, my towel.
So, in the other room, I found your fucking video and I still can't download it.
Oh. Do you know what, if you click download on it, it will take you to an iCloud page, then you click download on that and it will come down. It's so simple. It's 2 clicks of a mouse. I can't tell you how easy it is.
Good.
Well, obviously.
I can't tell you how easy it is.
I even sent you a video of how to do it on Messenger.
I don't want a video of how to do it. Hey, when the show starts, every week, every month, the show starts as a fucking disaster, and gradually evens itself out. And tonight it took slightly long, and I still can't download the fucking video. I don't have it on email.
I will send it to you via WeTransfer. How about that?
All right, that's it.
I'll just send
Sometime before the gig.
Yeah, I'm very sorry about the short notice. Sorry
That's
about
all right. No,
that.
I forgive you.
Week, you know, something of a very interesting week.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to.
I've had my fucking. You were talking earlier on.
Do me in the tit.
I
just elbowed me
did
in
you
the
in
tit.
I elbowed her in the tit.
Oh, by the
That's a
way,
new
I
song.
think we all owe to Brian and Krysstal. We all owe them like a happy anniversary, don't we?
Yeah,
Yes.
21
Happy
years.
anniversary,
Yeah.
baby. Got you on my mind. Nobody else seems to know that one, except me.
No, I've never heard of it.
Anyway, I'm going to actually end the broadcast and then you can carry on chatting for a bit, but then we have to go and buy some petrol. Try and buy some petrol.
Yeah.
Petrol.
Okay.
Thank you to all the 4 or 5 people who've been watching.
400 or 500 people who have been watching.
And then
one
ones
of
that
them
will
was
watch
laughing.
later.
One of them put a laugh thing
Yeah,
up,
they put that up quite a while ago. I'm
Yeah.
not sure who that was from.
I'm
Thank
like,
you very
yes.
much, and thanks for your comments, and we'll see you in a month's time.
Bye. Thank you.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.